What if you don't need the right answers to fix your big problems? You need better questions. In this video, you'll learn about a way to train attention and ask questions to eliminate the brilliance to solve problems. This technique works especially because we're all wildly different and we have big, wicked problems to solve. We'll cover why we can't use money alone to solve our problems, even if we had it, what we can do that could actually help, and a skill called clean language that can help us ask better questions and possibly even rekindle hope. I'm Sarah Bacca, a clean language therapist, organizational coach, facilitator, and teacher, and this is Clean at Work. I think about how to access our shared brilliance when I'm buying groceries and bread costs 3 times as much. When I'm dreaming about being Scrooge McDuck and swimming in a pool with gold coins, not because I want a mansion or a yacht, but because I want everyone to have food to eat and a comfortable house to live in, and I want the quiet panic many of us feel in our chests to stop. But even if I had unlimited money, I couldn't fix what's really broken. Our biggest challenges aren't broken machines, and they won't be fixed by AI like all the billionaires are telling us. Our biggest problems might feel logical. Feed the hungry, house people, give them health care. And those are big, important problems. But we need to remember that those problems are built by living systems. Healthcare systems, computer systems, neighborhoods, they're all built by humans. Families, teams, communities, organizations. It's all about relationships. There's actually a law called Conway's Law that states that the things we're building follow the structure of the way we communicate. So if Team A won't talk to Team B, Widget A won't talk to Widget B either, and things won't work. The only way that we can meet the raw aliveness of the ever-changing world is by learning how to do it together, in our relationships with each other. There's no simple fix or solution to these problems that we see in front of it. We only have each other. But we're kind of afraid of each other. We're afraid of relationships because we all sit at home trying to connect through screens. The idea of actually being together and seeing someone else and having them see the fuzz around my toilet bowl, or even worse, having them help me clean that toilet bowl, now that's absolutely terrifying. And just like when we were afraid of the basement when we were kids because it was dark and we imagined monsters down there, we're afraid of people because we don't know how to shine a light into other people's heads so we can see through the dark and realize there's nothing to be afraid of. But how do we shine that light? And how do we understand what's actually happening inside other people so that we don't have to be afraid anymore? The way to unravel fear is by increasing understanding. I'm only terrified of the dark basement because I imagine monsters and I can't see what's going on in there. Once I get a bunch of lights, then it's no longer scary. Now I can see what's going on and I could start to make sense of it. So where's the lights for the basements inside of our heads? And how do we shine a light on the scary humans? There is a way to light up the darkness, and it's called clean language. Clean language is essentially a way to train your attention. At its most basic foundation, clean language is simple questions that are based on the language of the other person, and that's what makes them clean. A lot of people think that clean means it's not cursing, but I really love cursing, so I promise you I wouldn't be a fan if it was that. Instead, the reason it's clean is because we're bringing minimal influence with our language. Our bodies and our language are so rich with information that clean language is about training our attention on the other person. By really being present with their experience, we can use clean language to help explore their cognitive, somatic, and metaphorical experience so they can start to recognize the structure and patterns, the context of their worlds. When I have the context for how you know what you know, then I can fit that with what I know, and then we can figure out how to work together. We can recognize where my patterns and your patterns conflict and work through that conflict to become stronger than I ever would have been if we'd not had the conflict in the first place. The truth is that we simply don't know enough to lose hope. People can be brilliant and creative, I'm on a computer that was an idea in someone's head over 200 years ago. I'm sitting on a chair that was imagined by someone, then probably drawn, then built, maybe iterated on. These are all ideas or in people's imaginations and thoughts that were then turned into reality. The focus of this channel will be on using the flashlight of clean language to shine a light on the shadowy brain basements of others, so we can be fascinated by our differences instead of scared by them. It will also help me to understand what's going on in my head, and then I can understand how you know what you know and how I know what I know. I can understand how you process information and how I do too. Our fear is what makes us imagine a closed-off world with few resources and options. On this channel, we'll be using clean language to help open up the world in front of us, because the only way that we'll survive is together. I believe we can all thrive by developing the capacity to bring people into relationship with one another. Clean language helps us make meaning instead of avoiding telling the truth by trying to protect, so that we can try and protect ourselves and instead have true courage. If you want to learn how to train your attention and ask questions to learn what's really happening, clean language is the answer. If you don't know how to unlock conflict that's simmering beneath polite conversation, clean language can be the key. And if you don't know how to have a hard conversation or forgive someone who hurt you, clean language can help you reimagine the possibilities of how to do that. I hope you'll join me for future episodes. Like and subscribe. Bye for now.